Politics news.
Supplies.
When I have a general and I have to sign for a general because we have beautiful paper, the gorgeous paper, I said throw a little more gold on it, they deserve it. I want to use the big, beautiful, firm paper.
What? What is, and why is the paper like this? I don't understand. What paper goes like this? Can we see, what is this? Can we see the big, beautiful, firm paper he's talking about?
In a political arena ruled by spectacle rather than sense, Donald Trump, the sitting president of the United States, transforms leadership into a circus of chaos, ego, and relentless self-promotion. At his side, Karoline Leavitt amplifies the drama with her flair for loud statements and media theatrics. And then comes Stephen Colbert, the comedic surgeon, slicing through their absurdities and contradictions, turning each headline into a dazzling display of satire and a merciless roast.
Keep in mind, my friends, Republicans control all three branches of government, including both chambers of Congress, but somehow, none of this is their fault.
The Democrats should know that they put the White House and the president in this position. And if they don't want further harm on their constituents back home, then they need to reopen the government. It's very simple. Pass the clean continuing resolution, and all of this goes away.
Wow, that is weirdly threatening. Can we see that from another angle?
Pass the clean continuing resolution.
Pass the clean continuing resolution. Trump's latest maneuver, a whirlwind of contradictions and performance, perfectly encapsulates his approach to governance. Every announcement lands like a magician's reveal, dramatic, incomplete, and impossible to interpret. Both allies and opponents scramble to make sense of it. Colbert's satire cuts through the noise, exposing the gap between promise and practice, boldness without coherence, bravado without follow-through. Leavitt's equally hyperbolic contributions only intensify the confusion, amplifying the chaos until policy itself feels like theater.
Trump then turned his attention to modernizing the Navy.
Those ships, some people would say, no, that's old technology. I don't know. I don't think it's old technology when you look at those guns, but it's something we're actually considering, the concept of battleship.
Battleship. We're also considering the concept of Twister, the notion of hungry, hungry hippo, and of course, Yahtzee, or in my...
If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Take the recent wave of legislative declarations, loud, grand, and dripping with self-congratulation. Yet, once the cameras fade, the details evaporate. Sweeping reforms and historic initiatives collide with bureaucratic reality. Colbert thrives in these collisions, dissecting contradictions, irony, and the gaping void between grand intention and tangible result. Leavitt, with her fiery remarks, adds even more tension to the stage, making the entire performance both irresistible and impossible to ignore.
Process that you follow. When a shutdown starts, people are what's called furloughed, okay? They don't come to work, they're not paid, but when the shutdown's over, everyone gets their job back, often with back pay. But now, Trump is threatening to use this excuse to fire a whole bunch more people from the federal government, posting, Republicans must use this opportunity of Democrat forced closure to...
On the world stage, Trump's conduct oscillates between flashes of brilliance and waves of chaos. Diplomatic statements, trade deals, and global summits blur the line between governance and improv theater. Colbert reframes each of these moments, exposing the absurdity behind gestures meant to signal authority, but which instead create confusion. Leavitt, with her intensity and soundbite-ready commentary, adds another layer of drama, ensuring every international scene is ripe for satire.
Also went very dark at times, warning the military brass about America's #1 enemy, Americans.
Last month I signed an executive order to provide training for quick reaction force that can help quell civil disturbances. And this is going to be a big thing for the people in this room because it's the enemy from within, and we have to handle it before it gets out of control.
When crises emerge, Trump and Leavitt blend theater with improvisation, creating moments both cringeworthy and darkly comic. Emergency briefings and media appearances mix partial facts with overconfidence and shifting narratives, leaving the public unsure of what's real, but completely aware of the spectacle. Colbert mines these moments for razor-sharp humor, exposing contradictions and failures in execution. Leavitt's passionate interjections, designed for headlines, only heighten the tension, crafting scenarios as entertaining as they are bewildering.
Ever since Trump got back into office, he's been waging a campaign of vengeance against his enemies, who he believes have been trying to take him down. Now he's focused all of his rage on the one foe who refused to take him up, and that is the UN escalator. So right now, yep. Let's take a fond look back at what happened on Tuesday. Trump walks up to the escalator, steps on, and no. That sudden stop was a close call, especially for the First Lady, because he almost touched her.
The administration's approach to policy remains unpredictable. Economic programs, social plans, and regulatory reforms are announced with fireworks, yet implementation often collapses under its own weight. Colbert turns this inconsistency into sharp political comedy, while Leavitt's exaggerated pronouncements reinforce the impression that performance trumps process. Their dynamic, Trump's hyperbole and Leavitt's echo, creates an endless feedback loop of spectacle. Colbert seizes it all, breaking down their shared reliance on showmanship, contradiction, and self-congratulation. Press releases, tweets, and media appearances become rich material for satire, each a performance masquerading as policy.
Cruz also weighed in to say how fun he thinks it is that only Democrats would be affected.
President Trump is going to use that as an opportunity not to tell people you're furloughed for a few days, but instead to send pink slips and to get rid of left-wing bureaucrats who are imposing left-wing priorities that are contrary to President Trump's priorities.
Yes, we need to get rid of people who are contrary to President Trump's priorities. And what are those priorities again, Ted?
Let's stop attacking pedophiles.
The administration's media strategy mirrors its governing style: bold, ambiguous, and theatrical. Press briefings and interviews combine confidence with confusion, producing coverage that multiplies both clarity and chaos. Colbert's commentary slices through this fog, exposing each contradiction with surgical humor. Trump's rallies, meanwhile, are perfect microcosms,